right, you guys did numbers 3 and number 4 yesterday, and hopefully the substitute is coming around and stamping you to see that you completed parts A through D on page 3 and page 4. And all that's missing, if anything is missing, is the tree diagram at the bottom. Okay, and then the substitute is just going to put a little stamp on page 3 and 4, not on the front of your packet or anything yet. I am going to see tomorrow, when I see that you have completed numbers 5 and the warm-up, and that the substitute gave you credit for 3 and 4, then I will give you a stamp for 3, 4, 5 altogether, and then a stamp for the warm-up. Okay, so the substitute will just stamp to show that you had your work done on time before class started on numbers 3 and number 4. Now, I want to take a look at the tree diagram for number 3 and then let you practice that for number 4. So, the issue with the tree diagram is, first of all, how do you know which ones to start? Okay, so it starts with statistics students, and because it did not give me paragraph information about if this then that, and if this then that, and all those things, then I just went ahead and I just started with the right and the left. And so what that told me was 65% were right-handed and 35% are left-handed. So that means that 65% of the statistics students are right-handed and 35% of the statistics students are left-handed. Now I need to split into male and female, and then this is where it gets tricky. All right, male and female, and then the left-handed males and females. So the weird thing about this, and I hope if you were able to figure it out, that is amazing. That's wonderful. But what I have to see is that, all together, the right-handed males are 0.35. So that means when I multiply 0.65 times some number, then 35% of the entire sample is right-handed males. And here's why. You see these 4 numbers here? These 4 numbers are the ones that total to 100%. Okay? So that makes up these 4 numbers here that are going to total to the 100%. All right, so then let's fill in the other portions here, and then we'll go backtrack what's missing. Okay, so this percentage rate, when you multiply 0.65 times whatever that female rate is, you end up with 0.3. Okay, so 30% of the sample is females that are right-handed. 35% of the overall sample is males that are right-handed. Okay, and then likewise on this, 15% of the entire sample is males that are left-handed, and 0.2 of the entire sample is males or females that are left-handed. Now, the question comes in to play as, how do you get these numbers here? All right, well, first of all, I'm going to tell you that I've not ever really known that to be a requirement to find these numbers. So, and it's not on your quiz, and I don't think it's ever been on a test, so I'm not stressing about this situation here. I would like to tell you how you get it, though, because I should get 0.35 from multiplying 0.65 times some number. So if 0.65 times some number equals 0.35, then I can solve and get this value here, to be 0.538. Okay, so that's how you do that when you just divide. All right, likewise, let's take a look at this female one. 0.65 times some number equals 0.3. Okay, so that means 0.65 times some number equals 0.3. When you solve for x, that number is 0.462. So that's how we get 0.462 here, whereas our number up here was 0.538. And you can do these other two problems the same way. Let's do left-handed males. 0.35 times some number gives you 0.15. So 0.35 times some number gives you 0.15. That makes that number 0.429. And I'm going to do the last one here. 0.35 times some number equals 0.2. So 0.35 times some number equals 0.2. And that number comes out to 0.571. Okay, so that is telling you that essentially 53% of the right-handers are males. 46% of the right-handers are 54% of the right-handers are males. 46% of the right-handers are females. 43% of the left-handers are males, and 57% of the left-handers are females. Okay, so that's that weird kind of backwards thinking that had to happen on that. And then you can do this one the same way. When I first set up my tree diagram, again, it did not give me a paragraph of really how to do that, so I started with people, and I split it into the 1 to 7 days vacation and the 8+ days vacation. And then you can finish that out. Do not forget to do a problem where you test for independence. Don't forget to do that check for independence that I had asked you to do on this one. The example I did was to see if the probability of you going 8+ days was changed based on you living in the rural environment. So I checked to see if this was true. That was the way I went. But there are many other ways that you could have gone to check for independence. Okay, so your homework or your assignment in class, which hopefully gets completed, is to do this problem number 5 in class. Don't forget to check for independence also on this problem. All right, and then additionally, the warm-up for chapter 15. Okay, remember this substitute is coming around and giving you a quick stamp. I'm going to go try and find a different stamp for a quick stamp for 3 and 4 just to show me it was accomplished on time. All right, work in class.